Hi everyone, it is Atia, and I'm excited about this reading vlog. Why? Because I have been seeing a new variation, or a new variant, if we will, of the 24-hour readathon challenge, where people, instead of containing themselves to a set 24 hours, like a set calendar day, they do it using their timer. So, you know, they turn the timer on or they turn on the stopwatch, and you either go up to 24 hours or you set it for 24 hours. And every time you are reading, you turn the timer slash stopwatch on. And when you're not reading, you hopefully remember to turn it off. And then at the end, when you have hit 24 hours, you can see how much reading you actually get done in 24 hours. I just glitched. I'm so sorry. But not 24 hours as in a calendar day. Just literally like an actual 24 hours. So I'm very excited. Today is Friday, September 22nd. It is, well, you can't even see the time there. It is 5:21 p.m. And I have a few books that I will be bouncing back and forth to or between during this reading vlog. Two of them I'm not going to give updates on because they are for different projects. So the first one is going to be Love in Winter Wonderland, and the second one is Not the Plan. And by the time this video goes up, if everything goes to plan, then you will have already seen my thoughts and reactions to this book in an upcoming project. So those are the two that I won't be really giving you updates in this vlog about, because I'll be talking about them in other projects. And then we have 4 books here. These are all books that I have been reading for the longest time, and I'm tired of reading them. Not that they're bad, I'm just tired of them being in my currently reading. So we have The Name Bearer by Natalia Hernandez. This is an indie published fantasy. I'm trying to think, is this categorized as adult or young adult? I can't. This is my physical copy, but I've been reading it as an ebook. Look at those gilded edges. This is my Saddest Fiction edition. And yeah, so you have someone called the Name Bearer who is supposed to go to the Flowers of Prophecy to find out the name of the next prince. When this particular name bearer goes to the Flowers of Prophecy, they tell her, yeah, we're not naming the kid because there's actually another kid that's just been born that is going to usher in peace and prosperity to the land. And this name bearer knows that she cannot tell the queen that, so she ends up fleeing, and we follow her as she goes to this sanctuary of warrior women, and she trains and becomes able to protect the supposed to be prince. I am on page 114 in The Name Bearer. Then we have Their Vicious Games by Joelle Wellington. This one I've actually been reading huge chunks of, so I'll put it down, but then when I pick it back up, I read like 100 pages in one sitting. And this follows a black girl, Adina Walker, who has just graduated from a predominantly white high school, and she was accepted to Yale, but all of her college acceptances were rescinded for some reason that you find out, you know, while reading. So she enters what is called the finish, that the town's prosperous family. Hold on, is that the mail person? I have a package that I need to... Okay, and I'm back. I always love when I have a package that needs to go out and I am able to catch the mail person when they're coming to deliver our mail. And that way, I don't have to go out. What was I saying? What was I talking about? I think I was talking about this. Oh yeah, so the Remingtons are this prestigious family in their community, and they're super rich. They have this competition called the Finish, where they invite 10 or 12 girls. Yeah, 12 girls to compete and gain the family's favor with the promise that they'll get anything they want, and this family will essentially back them for the rest of their life. And you quickly learn that things are not what they seem. Oh my goodness. This is just like, this is so juicy and delicious. Then we have the Jasad Heir, which I've been reading since August, I think. Yeah, I've been reading since August. Or was it July? No, it was August. I've been reading it since August. And it's not that it's bad, but for some reason I'm just not pulled back to it. I don't know. That's weird. And with this book, I'm actually on page 311. What? Yeah, I'm over 50% of the way through. I just need to finish it. Like, I don't know what's wrong with me. Page 311. What? At one point, it was, I think, $1.99 or $2.99 on Amazon, the ebook. So I have the e-copy. So there's really no reason for me not to be reading this book. Yeah, I'm really on page 311. So this has to get finished in this 24 hours. There's absolutely no reason. I'm tired of this hanging over my head. This is about a young woman named, okay, where's her first name? Oh, Sylvia. Sylvia, she has magic in a world where, a kingdom where the magic wielding people were essentially slaughtered by another sect of people who rule the land. And so people, Jasadis, are essentially illegal. Like, their existence is illegal, which, when you think about it, makes no actual logical sense. But, you know, that happens in the real world too. But anyways, and so she is the heir to this Jasad empire, and she has been in hiding for, I think, 10 years. Yeah, she's been in hiding for 10 years. She ends up revealing her magic accidentally to the crown prince, who is known for hunting her people, and they enter into an arrangement where she has to go and essentially fight in this tournament between the different, I guess you want to say, like, city-states or countries in this realm. I'm not explaining it the way I want to, but basically there are different countries, and I guess they're all sharing the same continent, if I had to put it in contemporary terms, and they have come to an agreement where one of those countries rules above the rest of them. Like, they have final say, which I guess isn't too different to how the United Kingdom is run. Anyway, last up, we have The Water Outlaws. This is on my September TBR. You should go watch that video if you have not already. I believe it was also on my August hopefuls list, and it was probably on my July hopefuls list. I'm interested in the story. I was reading it last night, and I was like, why haven't I been reading more of this? I need to do it. We have this very patriarchal imperial society, and at first we're following Lin Chong, right? Yeah, she's an expert arms master. She has been training the Empire soldiers, and then she is branded a criminal by a war marshal. She ends up fleeing, and as she's being transported after her sentence has been handed down, she is rescued by this group of bandits called the Liangshan Bandits. And they basically fight for women, the downtrodden, anyone who's a progressive thinker who doesn't fit into the nice, neat little boxes of society. And they are out here doing what they need to do, doing what is deemed illegal but is morally right. But you have some murderers, you have some thieves. And it's interesting, and I'm looking forward to the character development in this one, because we follow mainly, it seems, I'm only on page 100, we seem to mainly follow Lin Chong, even though we get the perspective of other important characters. We seem to really follow her, and what's interesting about her is that she is a woman in this society who has risen up the ranks to this very high position that women normally do not hold. And while she realizes that she is the exception to the rule, she doesn't want to rock the boat. She feels like it's unnecessary. She has a friend, Lu Junyi, who is essentially like, girl, come on, we gotta say something. This isn't right. We should be fighting for our rights. And Lin is like, nothing's going to change, so why should we rock the boat? And she's just very much like honestly thinking about herself and protecting herself, which is totally valid. But she quickly realizes that no matter how much she is the exception to the rule, and no matter how much she plays by the rules of a game that's not for her, she can easily be thrown out. So yeah, those are the 7 books on this TBR. Do I expect to finish all of these? No, I don't. I expect to finish, and I hope to finish Not the Plan, so I can wrap up that video project. I expect to finish The Name Bearer because it is a book club pick for Be Too Weird, and our final chat is Sunday, so this is a priority for me. I'm 40% of the way through. I need to tackle that other 60%. And I am also going to prioritize The Decide Air because, again, I'm tired of it hanging over my head. The other, oh, did I say 7? It's really 6. The other 3 books I'll focus on once I've finished one of the priority 3. Actually, that's a lie. I'm not even gonna say that. I'll read what I want to read, but these 3, these are my priority. I want to complete these 3 during this 24-hour challenge. I just do. Wish me luck. Aftermath of me filming an unboxing video, so I am gonna have to clean all this up before I can go to bed. But if you have not already watched my unboxing video, you should go do that because it may or may not be out before this video. I don't know, but if it is out, go watch it, and I'll link it in the card below or the card above.
It's the end of the weekend, but I still wanna turn up. Yeah, I still wanna turn up. All I want is to go again, but you ain't picking your phone.
Hello, it is Sunday, September 24th, and we are, oh my goodness, did I exit out of the timer app? I'm going to scream. Okay, it did not. I did exit out of the app, but it did not restart it. So we are at 3 hours, 6 minutes, and 51 seconds, rounding up. And in that time, I have read a total of 161 pages. What I decided is that, well, I've read more than that, but what I've decided is that for this challenge, I'm not counting any of the manga that I read because then I would just read manga for the entire 24 hours, and I don't have an issue with picking up volumes of manga. Like, that is what I fall asleep to. Like, that is one of the last things that I read during the day. And so I'm mostly focusing on novels. I will count comics if I pick those up because I don't read comics as much as I read manga, and I'm also not counting audiobook listening because these books that I want to get through, I have the physical version of, and I want to read physically. So in Not the Plan, I don't even know where that book is right now. It's on my bed. All the books are on my bed. That's incredible. I don't feel like getting up. But in Not the Plan, I've read 69 pages. In The Water Outlaws, I've read 67 pages. And in The Name Bearer, I have read 25 pages. So I have not started Love in Winter Wonderland, which I really need to do because I have a reading vlog that I'm supposed to be doing for that. I have not read anything in Their Vicious Games, and I have not read anything in The Decide Air. However, we're only 3 hours into this challenge, and I have read a good amount of pages in half of the books on this, I guess we can call it a TBR. So yeah, those are the vibes. I want to read some more today. I don't know how much I will. I am supposed to be helping my mom with a project of some sort. I don't know exactly what that entails, but I'm also very tired, which I've been very tired all day, even though I had coffee. I also just finished a Celsius, and I think it's a migraine thing. I really do, because that has made its way here. I don't even know if I'm making any sense. I guess editing me will figure it out and chop and edit this accordingly. I also need to change this battery, and I also need to order some syrup for my coffee. So many things need to happen. So many things. This is not the app I wanted to open up. You know what I love? I love when you open up your bank app and you have more money than you thought. I like that. That's just a good feeling. It's a really good feeling. Yeah, but that's the update. We are 3 hours in. I've read 161 pages. I'm feeling good. I think what I'll do right now is, one, order my syrup for my coffee, because I'm down to like the dregs of it. I have one flavor. Wow, my battery just died. Or is dying? Is it dead? All right, let me change this out and then we'll continue. I should be proud. I actually was multitasking. As I switched out this battery, I ordered one of my syrup coffees. One of my coffee syrups. And now I'm trying to charge this battery, but it's acting wonky. Why won't, oh, because I'm not putting it in right. Yeah, I'm tired. Yeah, I'm tired, and this is definitely a migraine because my focus is bloop, gone. Doesn't exist. What was I saying before? Oh, I'm going to read until my mom needs me to help her. There we go. Ha ha ha. Why is this crooked? Hello? That means I'm gonna have to get up and go over there to my bed, because all the books I'm reading are over there. I want the record to show that I want to make my bed, but there's a cutie pie preventing me from doing so. Chakia. Okay, I'll leave you alone.
It's the end of the weekend, but I still wanna turn up. Yeah, I still wanna turn up. All I want is to go again, but you ain't picking your phone up. Why you messing my head up? Any night, any day.
So I am attempting to set up my streaming setup. Not really sure how this is going to work. But I'm trying. And yeah, don't mind the bun. Or as my grandmother called it yesterday, the ball. Yeah, I thought it was simple. It's not. Or rather, I shouldn't say I thought it was simple. I just want to know why I don't see it popping up. Okay, now I see myself popping up. Okay, interesting. Alright, y'all. I realized that I did not update you. Today is September 29th, Friday, September 29th, and on Wednesday night, I finished The Name Bearer. I probably should have started this clip after I did, like, all my calculations on how many pages I've actually read, but whatever. And I ended up giving The Name Bearer 3.25 stars. I will be continuing on with the series because I am interested in what comes next, and I've heard that this second book is even better than the first book, so I'm looking forward to it. Because they're both on Kindle Unlimited, so and strawberries coming down, so I must move my things. I already swapped out The Name Bearer for The Flowers of Prophecy, which is the second book. And I don't know, it was just not nothing. There was very little pulling me back to the story at the point where I picked it up in this video, because there's a whole section where she's at this temple and she's training to be this warrior, and I did not find that section of the book to be that engaging. It did not bring me back. It did not make me want to read. I will say that I have a feeling that section did a lot of character work, and it's setting us up for something even better in terms of character growth and character development in the second book. And the way that the first book, The Name Bearer, ended, it feels almost as if this book and the next book honestly should have been one book. And again, I've not read the second book, so like I could be totally wrong. This second book could be like some wild stuff that merits its own book, but this first book did not feel complete. Yeah, that's really what it is. It did not feel complete. And just when we were getting to the part where I was intrigued and invested, I was like, all right, cool, the story is going someplace. That came in the last third of the book, and then the book ended. And I was like, dang, like, I want more of this. This is what I want. And maybe that was on purpose. Maybe that was to get you to read the second book, I guess. But at the same time, I don't know, it was weird. That was a weird experience. And I thought about DNFing it. I did, like before I started this video project. But it was a Be Too Weird book club pick, and I really do try and read those picks. I think I've read most of them, if not all of the ones that I have been present for, like as a member. Except when they do books where I've already read it. I still do go to those talks and refresh my memory, and sometimes I'll even reread the book. But if it's like a new to me book and it's the book club pick, then I usually try and finish it, which is the only reason, not the only reason, but let's be real, it's the only reason I'm continuing with the Josiah Heir. Let's be real, because that was the book club pick for August, right? Was it for August? I think so. And nothing's bringing me back. Okay, so let's talk about the Josiah Heir. I'm on page 423, which means that I have read 100 pages since this video project began. And earlier I had said I was on page 311 of the Josiah Heir. I was wrong. I was actually on page 324. So I've read roughly 100 pages. I don't know. Where is this story going? Where is this story going, y'all? Get the trials. And of course, you know, there's a little bit of a romance brewing, which, okay, that's a choice. And also, Sylvia, our long lost queen or whatever, is very just about herself, which I get. You know, she's trying to survive. She's like, what can I do for them besides the fact that like I'm a royal in name and bloodline. Her magic is, you find out that there's something prohibiting her from the full usage of her magic. But I just find her really selfish. Honestly, I find her really selfish and really just, and I guess she's a survivor and that's what she's thinking about. Yeah, like I don't know, it's not giving me what I need it to give me. And we've finally gotten to the trials, and she's starting to have, at 80%, mind you, she's starting to have a turn of a change of heart or whatever. I have less than 100 pages left in the Josiah Heir. So honestly, I'm gonna try and just finish that today, so I can move on and read I Feed Her the Beast. I Feed Her to the Beast, and the Beast is Me, as well as Their Vicious Games. And I might start the Archive Undying because it is pulling towards me. So I think once I finish the Josiah Heir, I'll move the Archive Undying up on the docket, because currently, yeah, I'm not reading, well, currently the only sci-fi fantasy book I'm reading is the Josiah Heir, and I'm about to finish it, because previously I was reading that and The Name Bearer. So yeah, and it's so unlike me to have only one fantasy sci-fi book be what I'm reading. So I need to check my September Hopefuls video to see what other books were on my September Hopefuls list, because I feel like there were more sci-fi fantasy. Okay, wow, I definitely just got really distracted. Okay, so I could read and then I would still be in the same predicament, because I would then read and finish it. But I have the novella Mammoths at the Gate, which I need to read. I have a tour post, and this I could read in like 1 or 2 sittings. So this is definitely on the docket. That's why it's sitting here. But I want to find like a novel. Oh, there's a Siren Queen. I totally forgot about that one. I'm so tempted to have that roll over to October, y'all, which will be like the 3rd time it's rolled over, but here we are. Anna Dressed in Blood. Anna Dressed in Blood is really like, it's giving me horror vibes, like paranormal horror. So I want to wait until I finish I Feed Her to the Beast, and the Beast is Me. Read that already. I mean, in terms of like me reading what I put on this September hopefuls list, go me. Read that already. Wow, this is probably the most successful hopefuls month. That's incredible. Read that already. And I just want to say that I put out this hopefuls video like mid-month, which I need to actually be better. And today is the 29th, so I really should probably film my October hopefuls video today. We'll see. I'm just feeling really cozy. As you can see, I'm not taking my bonnet off because it's like raining, and it's been raining since last night, and I just want to sit here with my, you know, cinnamon cereal and my coffee and just read. Like, I don't want to do anything. So I don't know, maybe after I read for a bit, I'll record a video being my October hopefuls list. What I'm thinking of also incorporating, wow, this clip is very long, but here, you know, we're just chatting. What I'm thinking of also incorporating into my hopefuls list is like what's rolling over as well. So things that I'm currently in the middle of, because I don't usually put that on the hopefuls list because I'm like, is that fair? I'm already in the middle of it. Most likely I am going to read it, but just so you know, rolling over. I could also get a jump on my October reading since it is September 29th. I could do that. I could also pick back up Love Like Magic because I am supposed to be doing a buddy read. Loved. I know that this. Okay, Vampires of El Norte is horror. That was the end of the video. Wow. So in a shocking turn of events, I've actually read most of the sci-fi and fantasy books on my hopefuls list, which is great. That's awesome. I don't sound happy about it, but I am. I promise. That sounded so sarcastic. Alright, so I don't know, I'm thinking. Oh, okay. I know what's next up on the docket. It is going to be Keeper of Night because I'm reading this for a project. And I picked it up, read 30 pages, liked it, was intrigued, and then I've not picked it up since. So that's going to be my next priority. Problem solved. So I did the thing I was dreading, and I was reading in bed, and I switched over from like a novel to manga, which I usually stop the timer, and I forgot to stop the timer. And when I remembered, one was at 32 hours, right? So of course, that's not actual reading time. I remember the last time I remember actively reading was around the 19-hour mark. So my partner suggested that I just do a timer instead. I feel like it wasn't exactly at 19. So it's probably at 19 hours and 30 minutes. So I'll do like 4.5 hours, and I'll do a countdown from 4 hours and 30 minutes so we can get to our full 24 hours. But I had a feeling, why is this light on? Okay, anyways, so yeah, but I started, read, finished Mammoths at the Gate by Nevo. Absolute perfection, an automatic 5 stars. I loved it. And what I loved about it is it was just so good, and it was so emotional and heartwarming, and it talks about how we are the memories we keep and the memories that we create and the memories that we share and pass on to other people, and how change is natural and change happens, and when you love someone, you let them change. That was a beautiful line. What else? Also, okay, so one of the things I really enjoyed about the third book, which was, I think, Into the Riverlands is the name of that one, is that we get more of our protagonist, Chi. They pronounce, or they spell it C-H-I-H. Chi or Chi. I think it's Chi, I think. But Chi, you get more of their character, more of their personality in the third book, which I believe is Into the Riverlands. I think that's like the actual title. And in Mammoths at the Gate, you get so much more of their personality. You get them interacting with another cleric at the Singing Hills. I loved that it took place at the actual Abbey, which, you know, we spent so much time in those first 3 books hearing about the Abbey, but the fact that we were actually at the Abbey was nice. And there's a 5th book, which of course the name just flew out my brain. We don't have a cover yet, I don't think, but we do have a title, so I'll put the title someplace here. And I'm excited for that one because I also think that we are going to be at the Abbey still. But yeah, in terms of what we have read at the 19.5-hour mark, I have finished 4 things. I've DNF'd 1 thing, and I'm still reading 3 other things, and there's a book that I should start, but we'll see if that happens. So I have finished Mammoths at the Gate, I finished The Jasad Heir, I finished The Name Bearer, I finished The Water Outlaws, I DNF'd Not the Plan, I am still reading Their Vicious Games, I Feed Her to the Beast, and I started The Archive Undying yesterday, and I've read a total so far at 19.5 hours, 990 pages. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. I think, have I talked about The Jasad Heir? I don't think so. I ended up giving it 3.25 stars. Another one where I finished it because the book club was reading it 2 months ago, and I'm trying to keep up my streak. And yeah, I mean, how do I say this? If I get sent an ARC or a finished copy of the 2nd book, I will be more inclined to read it. If I hear good things, like it's better than the 1st book, once review copies get into the hands of people that I trust, I'll be inclined, maybe read it, take it out from the library. But I did not run to go see when the 2nd book is coming out to put it on my list because, I don't know, like that, it was just, the best part of the book was the last quarter of the book. It's like 500 pages. The last quarter of the book is what? 125 pages? It's actually 480 pages. So the last 120 pages were good. Kind of. You know? But that middle chunk of the book, I did not care about. I truly did not care about. It felt like there was no threat. I don't know. And then the romance was just like, what are we doing here? This don't make no type of sense. Alright. I've been doing this 24-hour challenge for so long, it's ridiculous. I am here with an update. I finished another book. I actually finished this last night. It is currently, let's just say it's October 2nd. So I finished this on October 1st. I'm counting this towards my September reads. However, because I read most of it in September, I read like the last 60 pages on the 1st of October. So it's a September book. I don't even remember if I told you what this was about. I think I did. This book was good. This book was real good. I mean, like, nobody was safe. Nobody was safe. I'm trying to think, was this in 1st person? Yeah, it was in 1st person. If this wasn't in 1st person, I would have been like, dang, she gonna die? Like, nobody was safe. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? The social commentary, top tier. We have a side character, Saint, who is a Chinese girl from, well, from China. But like, not like a Chinese American, but actually born and raised in China, even though she like goes to boarding schools other places. And she comes over, and instantly her and Adina kind of hit it off. I loved Saint. Saint was so good. That's her name. I don't even know if I said that. The character work was excellent. I mean, Adina's growth was perfect. And what I loved is that she already knew that racism existed. She knew that she was affected by it. She did not have to learn to love herself as a black girl and blah, 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 blah. Like, she just had to decide or figure out a way how to survive and thrive, and the ways in which she counted what survival meant and what thriving meant, what was important to her. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I have less than 2 hours left in this challenge. I'm gonna say I'm never doing this again because that's so dramatic. I think maybe I'll do 12 hours instead, because like an actual 24 hours when you're doing like the timer method and reading for an actual legit 24 hours, it takes a bit. It takes a long time. I don't know why I didn't think that. But what am I going to continue? I am going to I don't know. I have some books on my bed, so we'll see how that goes. I might continue in I Feed Her the Beast, and the Beast is Me. Don't know why I grabbed it. Don't have the cover on it, but whatever. Yeah, and then hopefully, no, actually not hopefully, the next clip will be me wrapping up how much I have read in 24 actual, legit, literal hours. And I'm looking forward to doing that wrap up. We have reached the end of this experiment. I think it's taken me almost a week to do this. Now keep in mind, I was not tracking when I was reading manga because I probably could have finished this quicker if I did that, but I wanted to focus on some of the books that I was in the middle of or I just started and I was really invested in, and I needed that extra push to just finish some books and read some more books that I own physically or have the ebook too. So let us go through what I have accomplished. So when I say how many pages I read for a book, it's how many pages I read in this challenge. Because a lot of these books, I think with the exception of one, all of the books that I finished, I had started before. So just to give you some context. So I DNF Not the Plan after reading 69 pages. I read 379 pages in The Water Outlaws and I finished it. I read 166 pages in The Name Bearer and I finished it. I also finished The Decide Heir and I read 156 pages in that book. I started and finished Mammoths at the Gate, which was 118 pages. I also finished Their Vicious Games by reading 186 pages. I started The Archive Undying and got to page 9, and I also started I Feed Her to the Beast, and the Beast is Me, and I read a total of 130 pages in that book. So that totals to 1,213 pages read in an actual legit 24 hours. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm not gonna do this experiment for a very long time because Murphy's Law. There were 2 days at least where I was like, I'm going to read for most of the day, and then I was pulled away. And things happen, and that didn't end up happening. Maybe I'll do, how much can I read in 12 hours? Something like that. Or maybe I'll do like, how much can I read in 2 days? Like 2 actual calendar days. We'll see. But this was definitely fun and enlightening. Yeah, definitely fun and enlightening. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure to like, comment, and share. Subscribe if you haven't already. Check out my Etsy shop, my Bonfire shop, my Pango bookstore, and all of my socials. Follow me on all of those: Instagram, TikTok, Threads. Subscribe to YouTube, which I said already, but I'll say it again just in case you haven't. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.
Showing. I ain't living for the moment. I see what's mine and I want it. Hungry like a Pac-Man. I'm Bruce Wayne and Batman. I'm Naruto with a Hanzo. Got a sharp mind like I'm Einstein. Plus I'm copywriting, so it's all mine. Check it for me, I'm in the sky.